Hey guys, Tyre here bringing you a 1v1 today. We're on Vilshanka. Playing for today's spawning on the left we have who, what, when, where, why. That's a bit of a mouthful. I guess I can call them who from now on. Playing as Ostheer and going for a double pyro, double machine gun build here. This offensive on the right we have prabuty playing as Soviets and straight away locking into tank hunters. So a favourite commander of mine. Very hard to play though. To mention the commanders for WhoWhatWhenWhereWhy. He's got Modified Armour, Jaeger Infantry and Lightning War. So typically from these commanders, if you're going for a strategy like this, you'll probably go with Jaeger Infantry. So you can call in the Jaeger Command Squad. Make up for your lack of Fausts. Though it still can be tricky to play with the strategy with just one Fausting squad. KMG there forcing back the conscripts. Got some pressure over here, but it looks like machine gun going to jump into this building to try and cover this region. Pyro's trying to soft retreat, vaulting the fence. Mixed results there. Do have 2v1 though. Conscripts might be able to win this one in an extended engagement. Kind of depends on the suppression. Nice close range against the combat engineers. Should win that one. And MG getting aggressive. Might run over this mine down here very early. Oof, skates around. I don't know how he didn't get hit there. Conscripts do get suppressed. Slowly getting whittled down. Has completed battle phase 1 and now building some Panzer Grenadiers. Conscripts meanwhile pushing through the centre. Do you generally expect to see like a charge like right onto the cutoff? Prabuty taking a bit slower than I'd regularly expect. MG switching focus fire here, getting suppression on this one, but this one actually comes out of suppression. Didn't take any model losses yet either. Looks like the MG42 in the building will eventually lose that one. Panzer Grenadiers instead heading towards the north a bit more here. Can switch from target to target there. Panzer Grenadiers covering the cutoff for the moment, but we do have a 2v1 situation. Conscripts versus P-Greens. Prabuty going for a 5 conscript start. Ready to see that many. Does mean that he hasn't got healing yet, but can just afford it now, but it's going to slow down his tech a long way. Okay, putting down quite a few mines. Also has the early sweepers, does beauty, but does mean that he might be a little bit low on munitions for PTRSs once the light vehicle arrives, which it will do shortly. Who's got enough resources for it now? A 2-2. Looks like it will be a 2-2 having spent munitions on a flamethrower. Kind of ruling out. Oh, could run over that mine there, but doesn't. Ruling out the flamer half track. There we go. 2-2 in production. Beauty with a good amount of map control though. The 5 conscripts have converted into a lot of territory control. Trying to get the wipe here on retreat. It's across the road. Unsuccessful though. And yeah, another mine down. Loads of mines for Prabuty. And just, you know, he's got such high munitions at the moment. Next to all these standard territory points being under his control. Should have enough munitions for PTRS. Not quite there in terms of command points though. Has been a little bit of a slow start, and that can happen facing off against a double machine gun build like that. Seems to be fewer losses. Slightly slower command point accumulation. So this 2-2-2 could do a good chunk of damage in the meantime while he waits for those command points to come online. Did get a little bit of command points as well from building his tier 2 tech. Not too far away now, but this stall can be painful. Panzer Grenadiers advancing. Oh, goes for a pack at a very, very early timing. Yeah. Probably wouldn't have bothered getting a pack out this early. A telemine down there by Who as well. I mean, the only real vehicle that prabuty could be fielding right now is a quad. Oh, here we go. It runs over a mine. It does take quite a long time to upgrade the PTRSs. So it looks like 222 should get away safely here. We're upgrading that conscript squad now. MG covering the north. Put the bunker back here for some healing. Got double piles nearby for the repairs. But yeah, very early pack there, unnecessary. Maybe didn't have a read, but prabuty did go for 5 conscripts. So sometimes it can be tricky. You just see them all on the field at the same time. Tell the difference between 4 and 5. Here we go. PTRS conscripts up. See if you can sneak them in with the camouflage into a relevant position. Probably not. 222's nearby. Probably going to spot him coming long range. There we go. Looks like they're targeting the pyros instead. And with the flamers there, PTRS conscripts have to evacuate the area. Good control here. This building can be tricky to dislodge. Allowing Who, What, When, Where, Why some good territory control here. Could potentially tick Molotovs to help deal with that, but not the case. Still no sweeper though from Who, which is, you know, a little bit risky after he's run over 2 mines so far, maybe just the 1. We should have the sweeper though. And yep, it is indeed a lock into Jaeger Infantry. Gets the Jaeger command squad out. So he's at least got 1 snaring squad now. I have been trying a similar build to this a lot recently, maybe seen some of my first-person view games. But with mobile defense. But I feel like the Ostheer at the 3 command points, the double Ostheer core, it's just not... It's not that good. Just don't end up contributing enough. Maybe this is a more solid option overall. I do miss having 2 snaring squads. And just 1, I find it quite tricky playing this particular build. Wow. Second PTRS conscript and Aziz, as well as a T70 coming online here for prabuty. It's a lot of anti-tank, and generally try and go for as few PTRS conscripts as possible with this commander. Which is usually 1 if possible. 2 if I have to. MG not repositioning here. Command squad trying to close the distance for the Faust, but taking a lot of damage on approach. Can use the sprint with this commander, which is, you know, another reason why this commander is quite strong. Sprinting in and going for the Faust can be really, really helpful. Second machine gun coming through the center. Got the pyros there, riflenator as well. Now starting the repairs. This is still quite far back here for prabuty. MG covering the center though.
The enemy is taking our territory.
And the issue often becomes when playing with this tank hunter tactics commander is what's going to be your tool to bleed the opponent's infantry, because, you know, the PTRS conscripts just so awful against infantry, end up bleeding you a lot. What's the teller there with the sweepers? Nicely done. Back though, connecting. T70 on the run. It's out of range in time. Kind of tricky to attack round that mine as well, with that road in the center having a slight elevation. rules that out as an option. Bundle grenade in, but early retreat from the conscripts avoids most of the damage. But yeah, as I was saying, with the PTRS conscripts, it's like hard. Like, what's going to bleed you infantry? You can go for a maxim. Once again, that's not bleeding infantry. Maybe you can hold on to territory. But you're just not inflicting that manpower bleed. T70 does a good job, but sometimes it's not enough. Quite a bit of manpower float here from Who. Hasn't ticked up to battle phase 2 yet. A little bit late on that. Prabuty also could tick up. Get out his tier 4, which can help, you know, creating the conscripts with a 7-man. So far, Prabuty a little bit behind on the VPs. The double machine guns have been locking them out pretty effectively so far. And I think, you know, against this kind of build is where I would potentially consider going for Molotovs. It's the double machine gun, double pyro style. Which means that you can force the machine gun, you know, jump out of buildings to pack up. And maybe even throw a Molotov on the pyros as they approach. Here in camouflage. T70 up in the north is this. Spinning around, gonna get some damage on here. Or somehow it's just not gonna fight at all. Okay, there we go, gets the shot in. This barrage, meanwhile, trying to clear out the machine gun, not focusing on 222, which is forcing a couple of retreats up in the north. So far, the PTRS conscripts haven't been like super effective at dealing damage to the 222. Gonna try to fight. Yeah. Cover to cover. Has got the tier 4 down, and yep, some man upgrades coming through on all of the conscripts now. Now there's quite a Panzer Grenadiers coming in for Who. Maybe a slightly poor timing. We'll slow down the manpower for his Panzer 4 a tiny bit, but not the end of the world. And Prabuty also hitting a T-34 at a very similar timing.
Grenadiers standing by.
So no decisive blows so far, no wipes, no light vehicles that have gone down. Tripwire there triggered. T70 heading to the bottom now. Got an early retreat there, playing it safe.
We are losing a sector.
The Talon mine nearby though. Coming forward with a sweeper trying to get this one, but no. He wins there. Oh! Talon gets triggered by the 222. And now the combinations go down because of that. He's charging forwards, pressuring the anti-tank gun. T70 there though, inflicting some nice bleed. And here comes the T34 now. Panzer Grenadiers need to get out. And both of them retreating now. Pack. Oh, he's trying to bring it forwards, maybe on attack move. Or expose himself to the conscripts, and the pack gets decrewed on the road there. Now Prabuty surging towards the north, maybe looking to capitalize on this, maybe kill the decrewed pack. Looks like he's going for the steal on it though. Incendiary rounds though from the machine gun. Applying some pressure. Oh, Who was very late starting the Panzer IV. Only has it in production now. Oh, and the Zis up there. Things are falling apart for Who. Going to be able to recrew the machine gun. Will it survive? T70 spitting out some nasty damage. Looks like he will get away with it there. But he did lose the pack. And it looks like Prabuty going to pick that one up. Yep. Can merge into it here as well if he wants to. Chooses not to though. So he's going to pull back. I mean, it's fair enough, you know, the 3 mods that are already on the gun are super low in health. Understandable not to go for the merge there. Panzer IV out now for Who, but man, it would have been so helpful in that last fight. A little bit late on the timing. G43 Peregrines though will be super effective against the conscripts. Just comes down to how Who deals with the vehicles now. The biggest hurdle for him now that he's lost his pack. Comes out to smoke into the center. Trying to go for the capture behind this. Who still has a pretty good VP lead. As the sweepers there detecting the mine. Now it's hidden again. T70 and T34 coming across to the center, going for some attack rounds potentially. Tripwire triggers. Panzer IV coming forwards. Double AT guns behind this. Has to be very careful. Double AT guns setting up. Panzer IV pulls back though, playing it safe for the moment. Getting a nice range here. Double AT guns inching their way forwards. Now pulling back. Yeah, those G43 Peregrines doing some nasty damage there. MG try and cover the south, but this... Oh, AoE suppression there kicking in. MG spinning around. Panzer IV rotating to the south. Good idea. Do have the PTRS conscripts though, so he can't get too close. Otherwise could take an AT grenade assault. Zisbarrage forcing the machine gun to reposition there. Tanks pushing in. Who's a little bit low on manpower. When did he put down that cash? I wasn't paying attention. Was it just then? I feel like he's got around 200 manpower missing that I can't really account for. Around this timing. And prabuty gonna go for a Katyusha, so he's looking to play the long game here. Investing in the direct now. Maybe expecting to be facing another pack, and you know, against two machine guns and a pack. Okay, lucky scatter there, triggering the mine. Popping off the flare, which is a nice idea to help spot those AT guns out the back. And it's going to be a Stug, okay. Katyusha coming through. Machine gun repositioning. So we're going to take some damage from the scatter. Nearly loses the command squad there. Machine gun staying strong in the center. And double AT guns inching their way forwards. T34 up here as well. Oh boy, rear armor hit. Double AT guns coming around the corner, but it looks like they might have been on an attack move. Set up facing a slightly awkward direction. Now the machine gun in some trouble. Look at this guy. That running animation was so comical then. Oh, but the double G43 Peregrines get in deep. Pressure back there into tank guns. Panzer IV comes in for some damage behind. There's a lot of bleed though. And those Panzer Grenadiers are retreating now. Looks like they're going to survive though. Oof. Okay. Just have the Stug out now though. Slightly more mobile option. So far, the anti-tank gun positioning of prabuty has not been stellar. Been decent, but hasn't really got that much damage done onto the Panzer IV so far. Like you would expect when having double anti-tank guns against a medium.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
So Who hanging on nicely here. And this is something that the Stug is very weak to. The PTRS conscripts work really, really well against the Stug. Can't bleed them like at all. A good connection there on the Panzer IV. It's on the run. T34 rather. Main gun crit on the T34 as well. Panzer IV charging in here. Do have the conscripts. PTRSs. Panzer IV decides to pull back. They also have these conscripts, but he doesn't have anti-tank grenades teched. It's a little bit safer to charge in, and meanwhile the G43's working their magic against the conscripts, inflicting a lot of bleed. And that is another issue with the PTRS conscripts. You know, you can't get the cheaper reinforcement cost on the 7-man upgrade, so they do bleed quite a lot. Katyusha coming in close range here. Oh, fired off one rocket, then cancelled. Going for a base barrage. Doesn't end up working out there for prabuty. Does have enough munitions now for the PTAB. Needs to get in cover though with these conscripts. Take advantage of their cover bonus. He's coming forwards with his T-70, but not fully repaired. I don't really like that. But he has one combat engineer for repairs as well, so repairs are very slow going. Yeah, slight mistake here. Could go down in 2 shots to a Stug or something like that. Speaking of the Stug, coming forwards here. NG covering though. Terrorist conscripts getting suppressed. So he's going to try crawl into the VP, try hold the line here. MG covering the south as well. Okay, calling in the PTAB. I feel like this is a waste of it though. Pressure back the machine gun. There's a little bit of damage, but yeah, I don't really like that activation from prabuty. Pushing forward slow behind this. With the double anti-tank guns getting aggressive. He doesn't even have his tanks at like full strength to assist with this push. So it just doesn't seem that well coordinated. Oh, looks like a conscript squad went down to a bundle grenade up there in the north. Oh, a rifle grenade rather. So yeah, the pushes here lacking a bit of cohesion for prabuty. Oh boy, and he finds one of the T-34s out of position. No anti-tank guns nearby. Set up. But it's too late. T-34 has already gone down. Panzer Grenadiers lobbing a grenade. Both of the anti-tank guns in peril now. Those vetted up G43P Green spitting out the nasty damage. Panzer IV coming in. Still has control of one of the anti-tank guns though. T-34 needs to spin around. Is doing so now. Panzer IV in some trouble. Oh, looks like the Panzer IV is going to get away though. Pack switches its focus fire across to the Stug. And both of the tanks get away there. Maybe, you know, if you ticked AT grenades, you could come in with that conscript, get the snare off. Maybe could have made a big difference. But also another slight pitfall of playing with PTO's conscripts. You're kind of incentivized not to go for anti-tank grenades on your conscripts. That can come back to bite you. Whoa, the Katyusha into base. Takes down one of the P-Greens. Could get another one here if the scatter is magical. Oh boy, there we go. Low health T-70 in some trouble, but the PTRS conscripts force back who there. And just to recruit the anti-tank gun as well. So he's going to line up for his resist barrage, try to clear out the machine gun long range here. Prabuty is bleeding quite a lot. Take a quick look at the KD here. He's quite far behind. Even with that Katyusha getting a few kills. Good tripwire usage so far though from prabuty. Like to see that. Just to close the distance here because of the ambush camo. Panzer IV and Stug coming forwards. Oh boy, this could be trouble. Double AT guns up here, spinning around now. T-34 goes down, spinning around with the anti-tank guns. The Stug goes down in response. I probably would. Oh man, that was out of control for such a long time there. I would probably take that trade. Vet 0 T-34 for a fully, or Vet 2 Stug. But prabuty is really leaning on those tanks to deal the anti-infantry damage here. I suppose Who is relying on that Stug a lot for the anti-tank though. As a counterpoint. One thing that prabuty hasn't really been doing too much of is like sandbags with the conscripts, which does make a big difference. Katyusha coming in here now. Ooh, long range scatter takes down a lot of health on those pyros. Panzer IV coming forwards. Double AT gun set up on it here though. Backing away now though. Gets sniped off finally. The double AT guns find their mark. Vet 2 here with the extra reload on that pack, making the difference. That's why it's super risky, operating on, below full health with your medium. Against double anti-tank guns. So you can't even rely on them like bouncing or missing a shot or something like that. He had armor skirts on that, right? I think he did. Didn't pop the blitz either. Speed out of there. Still, territory control has been pretty good for Who. Prabuty's still quite far behind that department. When there's a nasty grenade out of camo, conscript squad goes down, so Prabuty is running a little bit low on infantry now. Another strike coming in for Who. Surprised he's not sending one of the vehicles down to the south here. Doesn't need both of them in one place like this. Okay, he's calling in the bombing run. Retreating, but might catch. Okay. Command squad on retreat, but no, it doesn't even matter. That T-70 finishes the job there. Does manage to kill the machine gun in the bottom. How did that happen? Gotta get the crew on there as well. Charging through the middle here, but does have the PTRS conscripts nearby for support. Oh, and jumps into the building just before Who's machine gun got in there, it looks like. So Who all of a sudden in some big trouble after losing, you know, a couple of squads to the Katyusha and to the T-70 now, quite far behind. Another base Katyusha barrage could take down the bunker. A couple of pilots retreating back there as well. This could be nasty. T-34 out here doing some big damage. Stug doing some pirouettes here. Looks like one of the pilots did go down to the base Katyusha, and Who's in some big trouble. Now he's gone for another tank, but his armor play is going to have to get him out of this. He's in a deep, deep hole. The tank's going to have to try to dig him out. But this is a risky one, you know. He's up against double anti-tank guns already, so this could backfire quite badly. Also doesn't have enough munitions for like a light artillery barrage quite yet, which, you know, drop that on the AT guns can make a big difference in an engagement. Which is another reason why this commander is good. Maybe better than mobile defense, which doesn't have any off maps. But it does have the Panzer Tactician, which might have helped that Panzer IV survive just before. Coming to the south. He hasn't chose to upgrade it with machine gun, so maybe saving the munitions for the light arty barrage. Double AT guns for Prabuty did pull all the way back, healing and reinforcing back at base. Let's see how this goes. G43 pigeons do have a little bit extra sight here, which is why you can see these conscripts coming from a long way out. Still connecting for some damage. Shows the Panzer IV. Double AT guns wheeling their way into position now. Oh boy. One of the Panzer IVs charging forwards. Oh, he drops the light arty barrage, forcing the packs to reposition. And the armor working out well here for Who. T-70 could be in some trouble. Oh, Panzer IV misses the killing blow. What about the Stug? Oh, did he go down to a light arty barrage shell there? Stug, meanwhile, does not charge forwards to finish off either of the T-34s. Didn't want to take that risk, though one of the anti-tank guns did end up going down to that light artillery barrage. It made a huge difference. And that was good decision making there from Who, you know, decided not to upgrade the machine gun just to make sure he had the munitions. And that made all the difference there in that engagement. So yeah, excellent decision to do that. And now just needs to cap up the map. Gets another Pyo with this sweep, which is a good idea, you know. Has been up against a lot of tripwires so far, which is especially popular around the VP area. And there's a mine up there now. Very close game in terms of VPs. Okay, here comes the Katyusha again. Okay, machine gun on the run. More kills. Getting pretty close to Ved 2. Going to get that cooldown bonus in the not too distant future.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
G43 P-Greens coming forwards. And then get suppressed. But once again, very, very slow repairs for prabuty with only one combat engineer.
We have been assigned fresh Panzer Grenadiers.
This is wheeling its way forwards here. Going to open up on the Stug. Veteran, see they're pretty close to Vet 1. Another T-34 for prabuty, okay. I mean, I don't hate it, but I mean, it comes down to your armor control now. It can be tricky to micro 3 mediums at once. Let's see how prabuty handles it. For me, sometimes it's magic, sometimes it's agony. But I feel like it is, you know, one of the ways to play this commander.
Supply sector under attack.
Just T-34 spam. Kind of replaces your infantry. Manages to sneak forwards with the camo. Close enough to clear out the machine gun with the rifle grenade. Nicely done. Stug and Panzer IV mobilizing. Do have these nearby, not set up at the moment. One of the T-34 is a little bit low here. Trying to go for some attack rounds with the Stug. Panzer IV. Nicely done there. G43 Peregrines do find the AT gun. And prabuty leaving this low health T-34 quite far forwards and blocking with its own T-34. Yeah, there we go. That's what I was talking about. Micro 3 tanks. prabuty falling. Trying to do that effectively. And now Who is right back in this match after that kill. Barrage coming in. Slightly deeper. Conscripts hoorahing forwards, looking for the AT grenade assault. Trying to trigger it, you see there, but can be tricky. Oh, but the Katyusha finishes the job on the machine gun in the center. Weapon health was so low that it just outright gets destroyed there. Another Panzer IV now for Who. But so far, prabuty, you know, with the anti-tank gun positioning, hasn't been terribly strong. And that's what the G43 Peregrines are so good at. You know, they have that extra bit of sight, helps you maybe outposition a machine gun, spot the vulnerable anti-tank guns, and then their moving performance is so good that you can just like charge in and keep pressuring the anti-tank guns. Okay, calling in the PTAB again. Again, another easy dodge. This is not how I would recommend using that. You really want to try use it, you know, during a hectic engagement, maybe in conjunction with the ram as well. So, you know, Who doesn't have like a super high value target to ram like a Tiger. Still, maybe stars line up, maybe one of your T-34s gets super low and you just go for a ram. Anyway, going for another base caddy barrage. Could take down the mid bunker here. There it goes. So it does get something at least. Maybe a drop the model as well. Gonna be 3 mediums versus 3 mediums. prabuty going for another T-34. Might regret this decision though upon seeing yet another medium tank from Who. SU-85 is the safer choice. Okay, now calling in the light artillery barrage on these team weapons. prabuty a little bit slow to back out of this. And in comes Who, pushing aggressively. T-34's in disarray. Diving on top of the anti-tank guns, going to go down fast. No conscripts nearby for snares or support. And so far, the T-34 is really struggling to penetrate. Combat engineers go down. A lot of bounces here on the Stug. Conscripts coming down now with the anti-tank grenades. Oh, you need to charge them a little bit closer than that, since they do have slightly longer range. Okay, does manage to get the snare off and takes down the Stug. Probably could have done that just with PTRS damage though.
The enemy is down to Panzer Grenadiers.
Okay, there we go. Another good assault there. Artillery barrage making the difference. Calling in another Jaeger command squad as well. But yeah, prabuty really struggling to control the triple medium tanks at the moment. Which is where, you know, like the SU-85 also kind of aids in your micro, just easy to kind of sit that back, take pot shots from 60 range. Use the spotting scopes, well, not spotting scopes, focused sight on them. See what's coming as well. Now Who looks to take control in terms of army size. Slightly ahead now all of a sudden. For a couple nice armor engagements. Beauty not out of this game yet though. But things are getting a little bit desperate for him. For losing those two team weapons, the machine gun and the AT gun. He's in some big trouble. But in an awkward position, you know, he kind of needs anti-tank grenades on his regular conscripts, but he can't really afford the manpower for it at the moment. It's a tough position to be in. Comes with another Katyusha barrage. Ooh, good one too. Nice Panzer Grenadiers back there. Don't know if he had any sight of that, but it works out for him anyway. 27 kills for that Katyusha. Pretty good run for a 1v1. T-34s to the north. This one not full health though. Building a Zis. Okay. Ooh, and they get some nasty hits there. Pyro's in some trouble. Could lose them. Both down to one model. Panzer IV's coming to the north. T-34's in some trouble here. This is maybe a Ram situation. Ram PTAB. Okay, he's just firing it off there with no Ram. No conscript support either. One of T-34s goes down there. PTAB easily avoided. Yeah, a little bit greedy. I mean, you know, he saw red. He saw the opportunity to take down double pyros. He's chasing in for it, but a little bit risky with no conscript support. And a little bit disappointed not to see the Ram PTAB combo. I thought another viable tactic for Beauty maybe would have been just to try save for SU-85 from here. Maybe get, and then tick AT grenades after that. Maybe get a Maxim to help with the stall as well. Katyusha coming in again. Go for the base again. Oh, could get some rewards here. Jaeger command score super low, and down it goes. Base worth of barrages have been working out nicely for him so far. G43 Pilgrims working nicely. This is there, could set up, go for a barrage. Conscripts just slowly getting bled out though. Another T-34 prabuty. Admire his dedication. You know, I mean, this is how you get better at using triple medium tanks, right? You have to practice. And maybe that does result in some hard games. But it is a very fun style to play as well. Triple, sometimes even 4 T-34s. Usually feeling the heat though, quite low on victory points. Go for a Katyusha barrage to the center. This one not hitting too much. Didn't know that the Pilgrims were back there. They were firing the conscripts. Maybe expecting machine gun to be back here covering the VP. Wasn't the case. Once again operating with a T-34 not on full health. Looks like it might be... Oh, conscripts late retreat. G43 Pilgrims looking for the wipe. Don't quite get it though. Good Zis connection there on the Stück. Panzer IV thinking about coming in for a bit of a flank there. Another Jaeger command squad coming out for Who. The Panzer IV's in the north. Gonna look to set up the triple cap. Do have the option with the T-34 as well. Use of the secure mode. Can assist you in quickly capping up some territory. Looks like he's gonna try go head to head though up in the north. But once again the anti-tank gun too far away for this kind of maneuver. Brings it in now, but his tanks are already super low. Light artillery barrage. One of the Panzer IV's down already. A T-gun setting up, but both of the T-34s goes down. Light artillery barrage mopping up what's left. Prabuty Throws in the towel there. So yeah, prabuty needs to work on his 80 gun positioning. A little bit lackluster, just constantly, or just operating his tanks without proper support as well. Seeing them forwards like that without the AT gun, without any conscripts nearby for the snares, it's just not advisable. Some good pushes in there though from Who, and really good activation of the light artillery barrage again and again, making the difference in those engagements. GG, well played. Anyway guys, I'll wrap on that. If you like good game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you off the next thrilling installment. Goodbye. Good luck.